It is May 14th. It is day 115 of the Trump presidency. And let's talk about what happened today. Although I'd like to preface this episode by saying all the headlines today are stupid, as usual. There's just been a lot of headlines that have been making me laugh. Not in a good way. Laugh in the, I don't know, like we're all about to lose our minds way. Let's just get into it. So Trump is over in the Middle East just wreaking havoc. This morning I posted a video on TikTok saying how funny would it be if Trump accidentally creates peace in the Middle East. Hey, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. I just think that, what's really happening is Trump, this is a crazy statistic that I just learned today. Trump's personal wealth has increased by 40% since the beginning of his presidency. Because, laws don't apply to him. So he can have as many conflicts of interest as he wants and no one does anything. No one does anything. I'm sure by now, and I may have even told you the other day, that you guys have heard about the jet that Trump was gifted by Qatar. It's a $400 million gold-plated jet. And he's going to be using it temporarily as Air Force One, which is also illegal. Like, it needs to be equipped with a bunch of things. People are making jokes about how it's a Trojan horse. It's got to be totally illegal, but he's saying he's going to do it. So I'm assuming that he'll get pushback from his administration because it's not even safe. We couldn't even take a jet from Canada and use it as Air Force One because it has to be, again, very secure and equipped with totally different technology than a normal plane. But he's saying that that's what he's going to do. Anyways, he is over there doing deals, okay? So he has a giant deal with Qatar for 210 jets for Boeing, basically. So he made, I think, one place said it's over 200 million. I mean, one publication says it's over 200 billion, dollars that he's made for Boeing. One is saying 96, so you might want to double check the final figures, but what I really want to know is who has Boeing stock, because I'm sure people in his family, people in his administration absolutely have Boeing stock and are making, Lord knows how much money off of this. It's just absolutely wild that we're allowing a president to do business this way. It's totally illegal, but it's funny because he doesn't pay any attention to the laws. And again, no one appears to be doing anything. No one's stopping him. There is some kind of guy, I didn't even write this down because I've heard that people are not taking it seriously, but there's somebody trying to impeach him right now. Some random Democrat that I've never heard of is trying to impeach him. It's not going to work. Yeah. Anyways, Trump has also removed sanctions on Syria, which is, I do not understand the historical frame of reference for all of this. I'm just going to start off by saying that I don't know enough about the Middle East. I am not a Middle Eastern expert, but I will tell you that the new president of Syria has been previously on a list of United States terrorists, on a kill list, because he was a leader in Al-Qaeda. Okay. And that's who Trump just met with. And that's who he's making deals with and has just removed sanctions on them. And he's urging them to try to establish ties with Israel. So really, it's chaos from the perspective of, again, we live in a zombified version of America. That could have positive ramifications. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. What I do know is that it has put the world on notice that the United States, you cannot predict his behavior anymore. Or you've never been able to predict his behavior, but you can't rely on the position of the United States towards any issue right now. Whatever it used to be doesn't matter, right? And the United States may, for the right dollar sign, do a deal with a country like North Korea or something that has historically been very much our enemy, not just because they threaten to kill us all the time, but also for ideological reasons, right? countries that have been very anti-democracy in the past, Trump doesn't give a fuck about that. If they want to do business, he's going to do business with them. And he's going to establish relationships with these countries. And so it has just turned the world order on its head. And again, there's an element of it that's very funny to me because it's like Mr. Bean does the presidency. Like, it's just, it feels like there's like trash cans flying everywhere and he's falling through a window, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. So it may not end up being funny. It may end up killing all of us. But in the meantime, it is funny because it's absolutely bananas. It's just so far out of the norm, not only for the world order, but also for the pace of change and how things typically happen. He is a hurricane. He has destroyed structures and ideas in a matter of moments from, like, if we're looking at all of history and how time typically works and how change typically works. He's just taken a sledgehammer to all kinds of institutions and alliances. And it's something to watch. I'll tell you that much. RFK came on camera today and said that he doesn't think that anyone should take health advice from him. Never mind that he is the Secretary of Health and Human Services in the United States. Doesn't matter. And I feel like that, just even that one, if we can call it an interaction, really it's just him saying this into a camera, is so, like, again, if this was an episode of Arrested Development, I would be like peeing my pants laughing. And I did laugh a lot today because it's just so bananas. Speaking of bananas, bananas are likely to get way more expensive or be difficult to find because of the tariffs. But we can't really grow bananas in the United States. So, I don't know, man. We're so fucked. And I think it's funny that RFK has the audacity to say that on a fucking camera. Like, that's crazy. Crazy that is your job and you said you shouldn't be doing it. I mean, we agree on that point. I just feel like even the, like, fake crazy people that will, at least they know that they're supposed to lie, right? So they lie because that's the societal norm, right? Like, he is supposed to say, I'm the right man for this job and we'll get you the best information. He's supposed to, there's so many generic things he could say other than, please don't take health advice from me, even though I'm the United States Secretary of Health and Human Services. I'm speechless. This is a really short show, which I'm thanking God for, because I don't know. This today has fried my brain. Jake Tapper wrote kind of like a hit book on Biden. A lot of people are pretty pissed at him for doing this. I have mixed feelings about it. I think that a lot of us, against our better graces, are treating this like a sports event, and I don't think we should do that. I think anything good that comes out of Trump's presidency, we should gratefully accept and not even talk that much shit about. I mean, I'm still gonna talk shit about it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if anything good can come out of this, great. That's fantastic. And we don't have to, just because Trump is horrifying, we don't have to say that there were not problems with Biden's presidency. And here's just the facts, right? He's an elderly man who really probably, it's not his fault, frankly. He shouldn't have been put in that position. And not to say that he has no, he should take some accountability there for accepting the presidency. Although it's probably really hard to be a person trying to come to terms with the fact that your body is aging and your brain is aging, and there are just certain limitations. I feel it, and I'm 44 years old. So I can't imagine what it feels like when you get close to 80 and then you're in the most difficult job, one of the most difficult jobs on the planet, the most stressful, unimaginable levels of stress. Like, there's no way I could do it. I'm just throwing that out there right now. So this isn't a judgment of Biden as much as it is, the reality is there are a lot of issues, and Jake Tapper is, I mean, what he's doing is a little bit like TMZ. It's a little bit trashy, but he wrote a book and called a bunch of stuff out and said, I guess, like, Biden didn't recognize George Clooney at some event. And I mean, I don't know, that shouldn't necessarily be the measuring stick, but I understand what they're saying, and that his administration all thought he needed a wheelchair and just a bunch of other whatever. And I think the timing of this is incredibly stupid and shitty, because it's going to take it's going to take people's focus off of what Trump is doing and put it back on Biden, which is the last place it needs to be. That's over. For better or for worse, it is what happened. And I'm sure Jake Tapper will make a bunch of money on this. I feel like there's really this thing happening right now where the skeeziness is just coming out of the woodwork. And I don't know if it's just people trying to get their like last cash grab in before the world collapses or something. Like, I don't know what everyone's doing, but there's some just like dark stuff going on out there that I'm just not a fan of. So yeah, I mean, I think Jake Tapper is shitty for doing this. I think the timing is terrible. But I also understand that this stuff is probably true. And, it was not a great idea to have a president in this situation where his body had aged so much at a time when our country needed leadership more than ever before. So I wasn't like a big Biden person. Would I take him over what's happening right now? Yeah, obviously. Obviously. Okay. No one's arguing that. I'm just saying, in terms of, was he able to truly step up to the needs of the moment? No, I don't think so. All right. Now this is going to feel like a harsh send off, and I apologize. Kristi Noem, the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary, is saying that the requirements have been met to suspend habeas corpus. And just as a reminder, that basically means that they can detain you and throw you in jail, pull you off the street for no fucking reason. So, I think we all kind of, sorry about that. I think we all kind of knew that they were going to at least try this. Will there be any kind of legal pushback from our judges, from our Supreme Court? Is anyone going to do anything? I don't know. We still don't have, oh my God, what if I forget his name right now? Abrego Garcia. We don't have him back yet. Nothing happened about the Signal chat. They've been breaking laws they've been breaking laws left and right. Trump can't take that plane. He's going to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my best advice is to prepare for this. I also think it's important to note that, like, traveling out of the country right now, even if it's to Canada, is pretty dangerous. And if you take your phone with you, you should be careful of, like, if you've ever posted anything on your social media, if there's any identifying information, you just need to know that, like, this is not the United States that we knew. It's gone. It's dead. And it's probably not coming back. That's a lot to try to process, right? That's a lot to try to process emotionally. They keep trying to make it very clear to us that this is only the beginning for them of the ICE raids and the detainments and snatching people off the streets. They're just getting warmed up, is according to them. So, yeah. Be really careful. Be really careful. And whatever we thought we had rights to, I just don't think we do anymore. I think we need to try to quickly come to terms with that so we can pivot the way that we're behaving in our day-to-day lives and, keep ourselves as safe as we can to get through this. If you don't have to put yourself in harm's way, I don't know. I just wouldn't right now. I don't think this is the time. And I think that there's other ways to push back that don't require you to put yourself in a situation where you could be detained or go to jail or shipped off to another country. But in any case, I hope you guys are all taking care of yourselves to the best of your abilities. And I'll be back tomorrow with more ridiculous headlines. Love you. See you then.